I love your content. Can I get a fact about Vikings? Thank you, and yes, certainly. Well, a couple of common misconceptions. Vikings did not wear horned helmets, and they were actually a very clean, hygienic race of people. Did you also know that Viking was a name given to them much later on? During the time, historians aren't actually sure what they called themselves, but to other cultures, they were known as Danes or Norsemen. Did you also know that women in Viking culture had a lot more rights than other cultures of the time, to the point where they could actually request a divorce, which was unheard of elsewhere? Did you know that Viking Leif Erikson actually beat Columbus to America by over 500 years? Wow. Oh, and also did you know that Vikings gave us the word berserk, which when you think about it, means you probably wouldn't have wanted to fight them. Wah! Yeah, see, that was berserk. You wouldn't want to fight that, would you? Can you do some facts about the Crusades? Crusaders, please. Yes, certainly. I've had a few of these, so look out for a short series coming up soon. But for now, we'll just say the Crusades, there was around 9 of them over nearly a 200-year period, and these were a bloody, brutal battle for the control of Jerusalem, which was the Holy Land. Now, there was actually a fight between a man and a bear. This was Geoffrey of Bouillon, who rode at a bear on his horse. Now, the bear dragged him off the horse and almost killed him, but luckily he managed to lance it through the heart with his sword. Amazing. It's like Revenants, but better. And in 1212, there was the Children's Crusade. Yep. Yeah. A German child and a French child both managed to amass around, well, tens of thousands of children to march on Jerusalem to take control of the Holy Land. Where were the parents, is what I'm asking. I mean, Papa, can I take Jerusalem? Why not? What's the worst that could happen? None of the children made it to the Holy Land or were ever seen again, presumably killed or slaves. That's the worst that could happen. Could you do facts about samurai, please? Yes, certainly. In Japanese, they are called the Bushi, and they follow the Bushido Code, which basically holds honor and bravery over life itself. Yeah. Now, there were female samurais, yeah, and actually the samurais used to use a straight blade, much like a knight's blade, just a lot thinner, and this was called a chukuto. And then that later evolved to the curved blade, the katana, that we know is synonymous with samurais. Yeah? Unfortunately, samurais were abolished in 1868, which is a real shame because they are super cool. Oh, and did you know their hats are called kabutos? So it isn't just a weird ancient bug-type Pokemon, it's actually a protective hat. See? You learn something new every day. Unless, of course, you already knew it, in which case, just maybe watch the next one, see if you learn something there. What about medieval torture facts? Yes, certainly. Well, in the winter, they would strip you naked, tie you up outside, and then every now and then tip water over your head until you either froze to death or did exactly what they wanted. In the summer, they'd tie you up outside naked and cover you in boiling water and let you burn to death. Ooh. And actually, in 1532, King Henry VIII passed boiling as a legal way of torturing or killing someone. Now, what they would do is get a cauldron and fill it with water, oil, tar, and lead. Now, they would either boil this up and then dip someone in head first, or they'd sit them in when it was cold and boil the cauldron slowly with the person still inside. What a way to go. Kind of want some soup now, though. Can you do serial killer facts? I always find those fun. Let's not pick that scab, shall we, buddy? Jesus Christ. Yes, certainly. Did you know Rodney Alcara, convicted rapist and serial killer, in the midst of his murdering spree, actually went on popular American game show The Dating Game, or Blind Date for the English. And not only did he go on the game show, he bloody won it. The woman picked him without seeing him because of his answers. But then when it came time to date him, she said she didn't want to because she said he was creepy. Probably a lucky escape. I'd imagine I'd have had a few things to weigh up. I mean, you might get murdered, but you might get a free Pizza Hut, so swings and roundabouts, I suppose. Any facts about the Cray twins? Yes, certainly. Now, the Cray twins, they used to run London with their gang, The Firm. Now, there was Reggie and Ronnie. Reggie was 10 minutes older and almost a professional boxer, whereas Ronnie suffered with paranoid schizophrenia and apparently wrestled with his sexuality, and there were reports of him having affairs with 2 male MPs. Did you know that while they were in school, the teacher said they would have salted the earth and there was no task too big for these boys. Did you also know they were some of the last prisoners in the London Tower? Did you know they had an older brother called Charlie? He didn't get their notoriety, but at the age of 70, he got caught smuggling cocaine to the value of £39 million. He got 12 years in a slammer. Did you also know J.K. Rowling took her inspiration from Voldemort's name not being able to be said from the Quay twins because people were so scared of what might happen if they mentioned them that they just didn't say their name? Scary.